Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Promggaming. Welcome back to a brand new video. Now today, what I have for you guys is my monthly manga haul for the month of May. I'm gonna be completely honest when I say that I did absolutely not expect I was gonna buy as much manga as I did this month. It just kind of got out of hand. So as my bank account continues to suffer month after month after month, you guys are gonna keep getting some great manga hauls from me. We got some great new releases as well as some awesome used finds and some very rare and out of print stuff that I managed to track down this month for a good price. So I cannot wait to share all of it with you guys today in this manga haul. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So without any further ado, let's get right into the first volume for the month of May. Alright, so to start off this manga haul, I'm going to go over all the things that I got at my used local stores. There was a pretty good selection of manga there compared to in recent months where it's kind of been dry. And the first volume that I ended up picking up at the used stores was The God's Lie. The God's Lie is a one-volume manga series complete in this awesome, beautiful book put out by Vertical. Just such a great release with this matte finish. Beautiful quality. Really love this release. And I actually ended up reading this volume a couple days ago and I really enjoyed it. You know, it's pretty wholesome, pretty cute with a very dark twist in the middle, so it gets a little bit sad, but still a really enjoyable volume that I'll probably end up keeping around in my manga collection. The next volume that I got at my local store is Samurai Champloo Volume 2. I believe there are 2 volumes in this series in the singles as well as an omnibus. They just happen to have this random volume 2 there for $5, so I picked it up. I don't know if I'm going to read this or sell it, or if I'm going to try and get the first just so I can read the series. I've heard this isn't like the greatest manga ever. I've heard that the anime is just a lot better, so who knows what we'll end up doing with this, but still a pretty cool find in the wild. And the last 3 manga volumes that I got from the used stores are super random, and honestly, I've never seen these volumes in hand. I've only seen these in like one person's collection, but that is going to be some volumes of Monster Hunter. Now, the first thing we have here is Monster Hunter Flash Hunter, volume number 1, and then we have volumes 2 and volume 3 of Monster Hunter Orage, I guess is how you say it. I'm just taking a guess. I guess this is also by Hiro Mashima, who is the creator of Fairy Tail and Eden Zero, I believe. Now, I don't think that any of these volumes are too extremely rare, maybe like $30 at the most for Flash Hunter Volume 1 is what it goes for on the aftermarket, but still for like $4 a piece, I just could not let these sit at the store. I know Jake the Pog, I believe, has all of Monster Hunter Flash Hunter, so I'm kind of interested in checking it out just to see how good it is. But yeah, this was just a completely unexpected find of Half Price Books, which has been extremely dry recently, so to find some Monster Hunter volumes in the wild was just a delightful treat. Alright, so moving on to the volumes that I bought new this month, we have a couple here to go through, starting off with a volume that people told me to just stay far away from. But you know, I saw on the shelf at my local comic book shop, they were having a sale, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna give this a fair shot. That is none other than Classroom of the Elite, the manga volume 1. Now, if you guys don't know, I am a huge fan of the Classroom of the Elite light novel, but they recently came out with the first volume of the manga adaptation. I've heard the anime isn't great, and I've heard that the manga is not great as well for the series. But you know, I love Classroom of the Elite, I love this series, the light novel anyway, so I decided I want to give this a fair shot. And honestly, the art does look pretty good, so no complaints on that front. You know, it's probably not going to be as good as the light novel and may ruin my immersion the next time I read the light novel, but you know, besides all that, I'm actually kind of looking forward to diving into this alleged monstrosity of Volume 1. Next up here, we have 2 volumes for one of my favorite ongoing manga series I'm sure you guys are just sick of hearing at this point about, but that is Volume 6 and Volume 7 of Spy Family. I've since read both these volumes. They are just absolutely fantastic. The series that keeps on giving. Absolutely love Spy Family, especially the tennis match, I believe, that happens in Volume 6 was just a whole lot of fun. This series is so wholesome, so fun, so badass. Just everything I could possibly want in a manga just wrapped up into one nice package. You guys are probably sick about hearing about this series, but if you guys have not already checked out Spy Family, definitely go check it out. This is just one you do not want to miss for anything. And the final newly released manga volume I picked up this month is something that is extremely exciting and I'm so glad to have because it concludes finally a series by one of my favorite manga of all time. If you guys couldn't guess, I'm talking about number 5, volume 4 by Taiyo Matsumoto. You already know what's coming. Every time I show the series off, I gotta show you how beautiful these volumes are. Just great wraparound artwork and the oil looking texture thing on the cover and on the spine. Just a beautiful release. I'm just so glad that this series got high quality treatment from Viz. They usually do pretty well by Taiyo Matsumoto by putting his series in very nice formats and releases. I haven't gotten around to starting this series yet. I've been waiting for the final volume to roll in. Now that's finally here, I can start this awesome series that I've heard just so many great things about. And I guess something that's technically a new release that I guess I didn't mention, but I have actually done a full video on, is going to be 1 through 7 of Aria the Masterpiece. Again, I did a full video on these 7 volumes, an unboxing and review of these books right here, so I won't talk too much about these in this manga haul. I'll go leave a card to that video up in the corner somewhere. But yeah, I've read the first volume, really loved it, and I'm so excited to finally own these previously extremely elusive volumes. Also, a reminder that these volumes are actually quickly going out of stock and out of print on Right Stuff, who recently reprinted them. So if you do want to pick up these volumes before it is too late, I think volume 5 and 2 may already be unavailable, but if you want to go pick up these volumes before it's too late, make sure to go in the description below, check my Right Stuff link to buy these volumes. You also help to support the channel if you do that. But trust me guys, Aria is just so fun, and these Masterpiece editions that recently got reprinted are just so beautiful that you definitely do not want to miss out on owning them. Alright, so moving on to my favorite part of these hauls every single month is talking about all of the rare and out of print gems that I managed to track down. The first volume that I got here is one of the most beautiful books that I've ever had in my entire collection. That is going to be Shion, Blade of the Minstrel. This is just such a gorgeous book. Now, it's honestly really hard for me to even describe what this book was about. Basically about this guy who he's like in a magical land, like dark fantasy, and he hunts these different like demons and creatures. It kind of tells like a fairy tale, which is super interesting. Nothing like I've ever read before, and I mean, man, just look at this artwork. It is so beautiful. The way it basically spans the entire page, these beautiful spreads like look like etching artwork, just absolutely beautiful. Such a sick release all in all, and I'm really glad I was able to track this down, because let me tell you, this is very, very hard to track down. I had a pretty rough go of it, ended up spending about $30 I think, which is definitely not bad by today's market price. I think this is the only volume they put out in English that Viz put out, and the rest of it I don't even think you can read online in English anywhere. So yeah, pretty elusive series to say the least, and I'm glad to own this first volume in my collection. Just so amazing. Next up here we have another Tezuka hardcover that I actually received from a fellow manga tuber, Profitaku. He blessed me with this for a great price. Here we have the Book of Human Insects by Osamu Tezuka. You guys already know that I am a sucker for Tezuka hardcovers and hardcover manga in general, so when he said that he got an extra copy of this and he offered it to me for a great price, you know I had to snag it up. So not too much to say about this because I haven't read it, but I have been going on a little bit of a Tezuka binge with some of his other series like MW. So needless to say, I'll probably end up getting this one very soon here. But other than that, just a great looking release, and I'm super proud to finally have another Tezuka hardcover in my collection. Now, these next 2 manga volumes that I'm about to show off in this video might possibly be the most pointless purchase that I've ever made manga-wise. I mean, I really couldn't tell you an exact reason why I bought these. When I saw them for a decent price, I just knew I had to have them. Here we have volume 1 and volume 2 of Taya Matsumoto's number 5. Now you may be thinking to yourself, PromG, didn't you literally just show off another edition, the last volume of number 5 put up by Viz? That is very true, and I actually own that entire series in that edition, and I saw these first 2 volumes of the older printing, and I just had to have them. Back before the new number 5 release was ever even an inkling, I just always had these on my manga bucket list as a Taya Matsumoto completionist, just wanted all his stuff. So when I saw these for like 20 bucks a piece on eBay, I just had to snag them up. There's nothing really else to say. They look really cool, and they're just a great collector's item. And the final out-of-print manga volume that I picked up this month is volume 2 of Shadow Lady, aka Shadow Lady The Awakening. Several months ago, I found the first volume of Shadow Lady at one of my used local stores for $5. Come to find out that it's just extremely expensive. I ended up reading it, and honestly, I really enjoyed it, so I wanted to pick up the other 2 volumes. Here we have volume 2, Shadow Lady The Awakening. Haven't read this yet, but if I enjoyed it like I enjoyed the first one, then I'll be more than satisfied. It was a very cute, very funny, and really well-drawn series by, I believe, the creator of the manga Eyes. And I'm currently trying like hell to find a copy of the 3rd volume for a decent price that is like less than $40, which is I think what it is on Amazon. So if you run across Shadow Lady's Sudden Death anywhere in the wild, or you have it, you want to get rid of it, let me know because I am willing to pay. Alright, so now I'm going to share the final manga pickup of this month's manga haul. I do have some light novels I'll go through briefly at the end of this video, but I do have one more manga pickup that is very, very exciting because I wanted these for quite some time and I got a fantastic deal. So I'll go ahead and show these off. I got 1 through 10 of Barefoot Gen in the hardcovers. I'm actually not sure if this series is pronounced Barefoot Gen or Barefoot Gen. Someone can correct me in the comments, but it is by Kenji Nakazawa, actually, who I believe lived through the bombing of Hiroshima, which is really scary. I think all of his family except 2 people died, and he basically made this manga to share the absolute horrors of the bomb and its after effects just in manga format. So very interesting that the series was actually made by somebody who lived through the bomb on Hiroshima. And I've heard that the series is just really raw and authentic for obvious reasons. So that's why it's regarded as such a classic piece of Japanese literature and manga history. I actually got these from Last Gasp Books or something. I've linked the website down below. I think you can actually get most of these still for a great wholesale price, so I would highly recommend it if they're still available. It's just such a great release, and I've heard just an absolute classic manga series about one of the most horrific events in human history, so I'm sure this will be quite the ride, and I'm just so pumped to finally own this edition and to get into this series. And for the final part of this month's haul video, I'm going to go quickly through all of the light novels I picked this month. Actually a pretty decent amount and some good variety as well. The first thing I picked up is a bunch of volumes of Vampire Hunter D from my half-price books. These were like $5 to $6 a piece, so I'm actually pretty out of print, and a couple rare ones in the mix here, and yeah, I just had to scoop these. I'm currently reading the first volume of the light novel, and honestly really enjoying it. If you guys haven't read this light novel, I would definitely recommend the movie Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. It's a standalone, you can enjoy it with knowing nothing about Vampire Hunter D. It is extremely good, made by the director, I believe, of Ninja Scroll, which is another classic anime movie. So yeah, definitely glad to have these light novels and to have found these for a great price. I have 3 more on the way, so after that I believe I'll have volumes 1 through 20, which is honestly kind of a feat because some of these volumes can get really expensive. Next, we have 4 more light novels I picked up at my half-price books. That is volumes 2, 4, 5, and 6 of 86. I've heard some great things about this series, just some beautiful covers. I believe Base Senpai is the one who first put this series on my radar with one of his hauls. I found these for like $7 a piece at the half-price books, so I decided to pick them up. Still have to get volume 1, but I've heard just such great things about this that, you know, it really shouldn't be any issue. I'll pick it up right away. And the final 2 light novels that I have to show off this month are none other than Classroom of the Elite, Volume 9 and Volume 10. I'm currently reading Volume 8 of this series, I believe, and I think that this is up to date with the exception of Volume 11, and I think that's pretty close to the end, if not the end, of the first year, or the first third, I guess, of the Classroom of the Elite light novel. This series is such a ride, my favorite light novel that I've read, just so good. Again, I can't speak on the manga, but the light novel is absolutely fantastic, so if you haven't read this and you want to get into a light novel, this would definitely be my highest recommendation. Anyways guys, that is everything that I picked up over the month of May, manga and light novel wise. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing everything that I picked up. There was way more than I said I was planning on picking up at the beginning of the video. Just so many things I picked up, got kind of out of control, but you know, when you find deals out in the wild, you just gotta snag them or you'll live in regret for the rest of your life. That's the lesson I've learned. But in all seriousness, hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So yeah, this has been the Prom G. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And as always, hope to catch you in the next one.